If you open a casino, you are running the only legal business on earth where math guarantees you a profit on every single dollar that walks through the door. The industry calls this the house edge. To see how it works, imagine we bet on a simple coin flip. If it lands on heads, you win $1. If it lands on tails, I win $1. That is a perfectly fair game. But if we change the rules so that tails pays me $1.05, I keep 5 cents on average every time we play. This graphic breaks down exactly how that edge is hidden in a game like European roulette. The wheel has 37 individual slots. If you bet $100 on a single number and win, the casino pays you $3,500. But because there are 37 pockets, the actual odds of hitting your number are 36 to 1. You should have been paid $3,600. That missing $100 is the house's cut. Now watch what happens when we look at an American roulette wheel. The rules and payouts are identical, but they added one single extra pocket, the double zero. By adding that one green slot, the casino doubles its edge from 2.7% to over 5%. The player barely notices, but the math calculates that difference on every single spin. With that kind of baked-in mathematical advantage, the top-line revenue for a casino is incredibly predictable. A bakery doesn't know how many croissants it will sell tomorrow, but a casino knows almost exactly how much its slot machines will hold over a year, give or take a few percent. Yet the operators running these properties go bankrupt at rates that would embarrass a tech startup. We need to figure out why the smartest, richest investors on the planet keep losing money running a mathematically rigged game. To understand the failure, we first have to look at the revenue model. This formula shows exactly how a casino generates its top line. You take the house edge, and you multiply it by the volume of bets, the time spent playing, and the number of repeat visits. Every single thing inside the building is designed to maximize one of these 4 numbers. Let's look at the actual edge across different games on this chart. Down here, you have a millionaire playing high-limit blackjack, facing an edge of just 0.5%. Way up here, you have a retiree playing penny slots, facing an edge of 12 to 15%. Per dollar wagered, the grandmother at the penny slots is statistically 30 times more profitable than the high roller. That mathematical gap is why you see endless rows of flashing cabinets the moment you walk onto a Vegas floor. In 2024, slot machines alone brought the Las Vegas Strip nearly $5 billion. That is more than every table game combined. To keep players seated at those high-margin machines, operators rely on a concept called engineered immersion. You won't find clocks on the walls or windows looking outside. The patterned carpets are deliberately designed to subtly guide your eyes upward, and the pathways to the exits deliberately snake past dozens of extra rows of machines. The entire physical space is constructed to remove any external reference to time, keeping you completely immersed so the mathematical edge has as many hours as possible to work on your wallet. Once they have you inside, they deploy a highly surgical customer retention system. The moment you insert a free Players Club card into a machine or hand it to a dealer, every single bet you make is tracked and logged into a central database. They use that data to calculate a very specific metric, your theoretical loss. By multiplying your total wagers by the specific edge of the game you're playing, the casino computes the exact dollar amount you are mathematically destined to lose over the course of the night. Then they give you a fraction of it back. When a casino offers you a free steak dinner, a complimentary hotel room, or drinks at the table, they aren't being generous. They are taking 5 to 10% of your calculated theoretical loss and deliberately reinvesting it into perks that prevent you from leaving the building. This system scales up dramatically for the absolute top tier of gamblers, known as whales. Roughly 1 in 1,000 casino customers falls into this category, but that tiny fraction generates over a quarter of the entire industry's revenue. Take UFC CEO Dana White, who plays blackjack at $25,000 a hand. He once won $2 million over a single weekend at the Palms, and came back later to win another $1.6 million. Casinos will let someone like this play because they know the math guarantees the house will eventually win it all back if the player keeps sitting down. That's why operators will fly a whale in on a private jet and give them a penthouse suite for free. Spending $500,000 to host someone for the weekend is a perfectly rational math equation when their expected lifetime loss is $10 million. Capturing theoretical loss is expensive. Out of every dollar of gaming revenue, 70 to 80 cents is wiped out before net profit. A third disappears into payroll. Then taxes take their cut, from 7% in Nevada to 50% in Macau. What's left is consumed by operational overhead. A Vegas property requires more cameras than a maximum security prison, monitored 24/7 by a dedicated surveillance department. To protect the games, casinos throw out millions of playing cards every year, swapping fresh decks to prevent marking. They also spend millions on logistics just to secure the physical cash inside the building. Free drinks keep gamblers betting, but result in costly liability premiums and lawsuits from overserved patrons. The mathematical edge guarantees your top-line number, but everything below that line is an absolute fistfight. Securing that revenue requires funding and intensely managing a chaotic, high-liability physical operation day in and day out. If that operation is mismanaged, the machine collapses. In 1990, Donald Trump financed the Taj Mahal Casino using nearly $700 million in junk bonds. The debt burden was so immense, the casino had to generate $100 million a year just for interest, pushing it into bankruptcy. 2 decades later, the $2.4 billion Revel Casino made a fatal error, building the wrong product for the market. Designed for Wall Street executives with non-smoking floors and no buffets, it alienated the local retirees who actually drive revenue, forcing its closure. Today, the cost to build and maintain a Las Vegas mega resort is so staggering that gambling alone can't cover the bills. For a property like the Cosmopolitan, only 1/3 of revenue comes from the floor. The other 2/3 comes from hotel rooms, fine dining, shows, and conventions. To survive today, a casino is a massive hospitality business, using gambling as a loss leader. And that answers the core paradox of the entire casino industry. The mathematical formula driving the business is completely bulletproof, but it requires a highly vulnerable physical machine to exist. The math always wins in the long run if you keep the building from crushing you.